In September, Sandra Testo pulled her 14-year-old son, Keaton, out of his public middle school in Trinity, Florida, a response, she says, to years of bullying that had left him so anxious he ended up routinely hiding out in the school nurse's office. Keaton now spends his days at home, completing his 8th grade coursework via Outschool, an online learning platform that offers live virtual classes for K-12 students. On Tuesdays, he attends a Christian co-op with other kids his age to study art and play basketball. It's been the best thing, Sandra Testo says. His demeanor has changed. He's just so calm now. Testo pays about $300 per month for Outschool from an educational savings account, ESA, funded by Florida. Homeschooling is booming for a variety of reasons, but chief among them are dissatisfaction with public schools that spiked during the COVID-19 pandemic and $5 billion a year, and growing, of state stipends for families opting for public school alternatives. Those can include traditional private schools, online classes, homeschooling and microschools, networks of in-person learning, pods, with one teacher and a dozen to 24 kids, often using online courses. It all adds up to a growing parent-driven market for the edtech industry, says Michael Moe, founder and CEO of GSV Ventures, which backs educational startups. Personally, I think the most exciting opportunity is in microschools, but homeschool, charter schools, low-cost private schools and virtual charter schools are all positioned well for this coming boom, he says. In 2019, before the pandemic, 3.7% of children aged 5 to 17 were schooled primarily at home either by parents or through virtual classes, up from 2% in 1999, according to a survey by the National Center for Education Statistics, which attributes that increase in part to information technology making home instruction more feasible. The NCES doesn't have more recent data yet, but an analysis by The Washington Post found the number of homeschooled children has surged 51% since the 2017-18 school year. Meanwhile, private school enrollment rose just 7% while public school enrollment declined 4%. The big spurt in homeschooling came during the 2019-2020 and 2020-2021 school years, when virtual classes and mask mandates were widespread. Since then, as public schools have returned to, more or less, normal, homeschooling numbers have dropped some, but held on to much of their pandemic-era gains. Notably, some of the students who fled public school for home during the pandemic are now enrolling in microschools. A poll conducted in August for the Post found homeschooling has spread well beyond the Christian conservatives most associated with the movement in recent decades.